Taylor the Witch, and it's been a while, so welcome back to my channel and back into my life. Today we're going to spend a cozy rainy day together, catching up, mental health, physical health, talk about growing on TikTok, talk about the TikTok ban, talk about how I got back into my practice. We might get a little witchy later, so yeah, I'm excited. Let's get into it. Speaking of mental health, Zoloft. Guess who got diagnosed OCD? Not me. All right, let's get out of bed and face the day. First thing on the agenda is we're going to work out. Before I start talking you guys head off about mental health and doing this and that, let's put some action behind it. Okay, let's go move. I did already do a 20-minute cardio video this morning, but today is unfortunately ab day, so we're gonna do a more ab-focused one. Just going with a simple black fit today. These shorts just came in the mail. They were part of like a 3-pack and they're so flattering. They make my booty look good, and then we're going with this simple little black top. I also want to apologize in advance for all of the atrocious angles that I'm going to be putting you guys through for today's video, because I was excited to get some content out, okay? But my tripod thingy won't be in until the 20th. I'm sorry, it's the 16th or 17th right now. I pretty much do the same hairstyle every single time I work out. I do a little ponytail like this, low ponytail, braid. I have to stop doing that look every single time because I've noticed that I've started getting breakage around this part of my head where the ponytail sets. So we're not going to be doing that look today. We're just going to do a regular braid, no ponytail. If you have been looking for a sign to start moving your body every day, I'm not even going to say to start going to the gym or start doing full workouts or anything like that. If you've just been looking for a sign to move your body every day in whatever way that is, even if it's just going on a little walk, oh my God, do it. I was not expecting the absolute snowball effect of positivity and of learning to take care of myself that beginning the process of starting to do Pilates every day would have on my life. But it has genuinely, it's the best way I can put it, starting to prioritize moving my body a little bit every single day has genuinely caused a snowball effect of positivity in so many other aspects of my life. Lighting is crazy, but I'm bad as fuck. Pre-workout time, baby, pre-work. Yeah, I ran out of my amino lean, so I've bought this Hide. This shit makes me nauseous. I don't really recommend it. But on the bright side, I did forget that I had saved like a little half scoop for if I was ever just really, really wanting to treat myself with my last little scoop of it before I get more, because I'm cheap and I haven't got any more yet. But I have enough, and I'm not gonna take like a full serving, A, because I don't have enough, B, I really know that I'm gonna want a coffee after my workout. Bottoms up. That shit tastes so good. Me No Lean pink lemonade, I think. It gives you energy without making you feel nauseous or having a crash. Every other pre-workout that I've tried, this one's been the worst besides the C4. Hated that one too. They make me so nauseous. The only one that I like besides this one is called Bum, I think. Pilates is so expensive. Pilates is so expensive. Explain it on YouTube then. Yeah, I think we should de-influence Pilates. It can be totally free at your house. Before I start my video, which I am pulling up right now, and yes, I will show it to you guys, I'm gonna also show you the other part of my pre-workout routine. Everybody's a stoner until it's wax. Then that's too much. I mean, it's really not even that extra. I've been a stoner since I was like 14, 15, but pretty much all I smoke now is dabs. And people genuinely do not believe me when I tell them that I wake up at 5:30, hit a dab, and then do my workout. That's how I get my breath control. The mind-muscle connection when you're stoned goes crazy. I do not give a shit. And don't say I'm promoting anything. I'm a 23-year-old woman. Now we can work out. This woman right here, Move with Nicole, literally love her so much. She's changed my entire life, owe her everything, but also my #1 nemesis. But Riley, if you love her and she's changed your life, why is she your nemesis? Do one of her videos. Yeah. Abs and core playlist. This is the one I'm gonna torture myself with today. workout is done. I swear I feel like that took twice as long as it normally did because I was filming it. But anyway, time for the best part of the day. Let's make a coffee. I'm so freaking excited. And I figure while I show you guys my amazing at home cheap coffee recipe, why not tell you all the things that I've been doing to glow up both physically, mentally, and spiritually this past year. I made a little list of some of the things that I wanted to talk about. It's 4 big things that I feel like overall improved my entire life. And I'm going to start off with what I think is one of the biggest ones, which is making the decision to quit nicotine. For those of you who don't know, at the time that I was still uploading on YouTube a little over a year ago, I was smoking a pack of Marlboro Smooth 100s every single day, and I was also hitting Nathan's vape, my husband's, every single day. It got pretty bad. I quit nicotine, and for those of you who follow me on TikTok, you do know that recently I got a little depressed and I had a little blip in that. I had started smoking a couple cigarettes on the weekend, and then that moved to like smoking a few a day. Still didn't hit the vape though, but I recently this past week quit completely again, so I'm back on track. Yay for me. Now I'm just adding some oat milk to my frother that attaches to our Keurig, and this is the kind that I use. It's Planet Oat, the extra creamy. And I'm just adding a little bit. Oh, that was too much. Now I'm just gonna turn it on and then add like a tiny bit of sugar in with it so I can move on to the second thing I was gonna tell you guys about, which is that quitting nicotine is actually what got me into working out every day. Because when I made the decision to quit, I was like, well, if I'm already gonna be going through nicotine withdrawals, I might as well work out and get snatched. Like if my day's already gonna suck, I might as well work out on top of it. And oh my gosh, I wish I could go back in time and like kiss past me on the forehead for that decision because it was so smart. Yeah, quitting nicotine was actually what got me into doing Pilates and stuff every single day, both of which, those 2 decisions alone completely changed my life. I do all of my workouts on YouTube. I don't go to the gym. It's all completely free. I do a mix of cardio, Pilates, and cardio Pilates. And if you guys would be interested, I can honestly make some sort of video, like maybe a week of workouts to show you guys everything exactly that I do. Let me know. Third thing that I did to glow up my mind, body, and mental was I finally made the decision to go to a psychiatrist, and I A, got diagnosed with OCD, and B, got prescribed Zoloft. I also want to say I completely acknowledge and understand the fact that not everybody has access to that type of thing. Like not everyone has access to go to a therapist or to go get medication. I grew up very broke, very poor, totally understand that. I am just saying if you at all have the option to seek help or treatment, if you've been struggling mentally, do it. Do it. Oh my gosh, I can't stress that enough. Especially as a creative person, I think that we sometimes get in our heads or get told you don't want to take away your sparkle by getting medicated, or you don't want to like take away your personality. And I know we kind of crack jokes about it, but seriously, you can kind of start to believe it eventually. You can kind of start to tell yourself like, oh shit, is this my actual personality or is this my mental illness? In my case, I had stopped even being able to separate the two. And now that I'm actually prescribed something for anxiety, not exactly where I want to be yet. I still have bad periods, and I think that I need to maybe go back and work out my dosage or maybe add something to it. But the difference of me now medicated and me before is night and day. Shh, shh, shh. This is my favorite part. That was a good one. I didn't leave enough room for it. Shit. Oh my god. That wasn't me, that was this. It's beautiful. Really beautiful. The last thing that I've been consciously adding into my life this past year, this one's actually more recent, way more fun than the other ones, is pouring into myself creatively, because the opposite of depression is expression. And when you're creating things, when you're expressing yourself, it's much harder to find yourself in those pits of despair. So I have been teaching myself piano, and I really do want to end up putting music out. I write a lot of music. I just need to learn to put music to my music, you know what I mean? This isn't my own song, it's just a cover that I wrote a different version to that I honestly might end up dropping later this year if I feel like it for funsies. But here's the piano part. A little bit of it. I am giggling and kicking my feet while editing this because I'm so excited to upload it and to continue making more slow content like this where I can actually pour time into editing it and I can slow down when I'm talking. And don't get me wrong, I love TikTok. It's just way more fast paced and I feel like I'll be able to be much more creative with this. And I'm just so excited for you guys to be with me while we go on this journey of figuring out our little YouTube era. I changed back into my pajamas to eat because I cannot stand wearing tight-fitting, form-fitting clothes when I'm trying to digest food. No, thank you. But here's what we're having today for lunch. It's like these little chicken salad cup thingies. I don't know. I just like each bite to be crunchy. So this is something that I did one day and I ended up loving it. It's basil lemon chicken salad just with canned chicken. It's so cheap, so easy. And I also have some smart popcorn, a sliced up apple, and I'll probably have a protein bar after this. And some water, but let's not talk about the jar. Did I just get up and go off camera mid-bite to reapply my lip liner and hit a dab? Maybe, but priorities. Okay, content creating, let's talk about it. As I said earlier in this video, I've always been a really creative person. I've always loved painting, sketching, writing music, fashion, hair, makeup, like any creative thing or outlet you can think of. That's always been right up my alley. And I always knew I wanted to do something creative or maybe even media related since I was in high school. But it wasn't until about 4-ish years ago that I decided, oh, okay, I actually think I want to be a content creator. And I started trying and dabbling in it. And the reason I'm putting trying is because now that I'm doing what I'm doing now, I realized that for 3-4 years, I wasn't even doing enough to be considered trying. I was doing the bare minimum to just keep slowly growing. I ended up reaching 50K by this past January, which is insane. That's a lot of people. To me, I know that some people might be like, oh, that's not much, but to me, 50,000 people on TikTok was a lot of people. That happened in January. But the TikTok ban and the TikTok scare and all of that type of stuff, whenever it hit, and whenever I woke up and TikTok was gone, for the first time in my life, that was when I went, holy shit, I did not make enough use of the platform that I was slowly building. In that moment, it made me realize that I really did not do enough. And I was so disappointed. I was shocked by how disappointed I was about the possibility of it being banned. That's when I knew I really wanted to be a content creator, to make stuff and to put things out. And I'm so excited because eventually I'm going to start dabbling in music as well, but that's a whole nother topic. After the TikTok ban scare, I went, yeah, I've got to not only really put work into TikTok, but I also need to move on to other platforms like YouTube so that I'm expanded. And if one goes away, it's not my whole thing, because I don't have Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, any of that stuff. I just have Pinterest, TikTok, Lemonade, and YouTube. I was so focused on TikTok that I wasn't really putting any effort into YouTube or anything like that, and the TikTok ban made me realize, oh, I've got to get my shit together. If I could give you 3 tips on building a platform, and I know I might not be the one to give advice, my platform is still smaller, but I did just hit 100,000, which is crazy because that was my goal of the year. Like 100,000 was the goal that I made in January that I told myself when I had 50. I was like, oh, okay, 100,000 is the end goal of 2025. And I've already hit that. One thing that I can't stress enough is over half of the work that went into me growing on TikTok and growing on Lemonade and stuff was off camera. Because in order to appear as the woman you want to be, hate to break it to you, you've got to be her. Like, I get that, fake it till you make it, but I mean on a deep level, if you want to genuinely, authentically appear like that bitch, you've got to be that bitch. So much of the work that went into my content being better was actually just making my life better. I poured time and energy into myself, into my life. That showed in my videos. I also want to say, and I know everybody on TikTok's been talking about it right now, but posting a lot really is key, but not just for algorithm purposes, not just to post so much and get people seeing your face all the time. Granted, that obviously is a big reason why a bunch of people are talking about doing that when they're telling you, oh, post 3 times a day because so-and-so did. Yes, that will boost you on the algorithm, but also you aren't going to figure out, you aren't going to know what you like to post, what you're good at posting until you've posted everything. Like the type of content I thought I wanted to make whenever I was actually posting it all the time, I quickly realized, oh, I don't like this. So I was able to switch it up and try something else. Whereas when I was posting like one video a week, it could take me a month, that's only 4 videos, to realize I didn't like something. Now I'll realize that in 2 days. Posting often not only helps you with the algorithm, but it really helps you figure out what you like to do, what you like to post, what content you want to create. And the other thing that I want to say is taking inspiration from other people is not only natural, it's encouraged. Like, you absolutely should be drawing inspiration from people that you look up to or that you think is cool or that you think has good moral values or great lifestyle that you want to embody. However, you need to look up to people. You can take inspiration from people without comparing yourself to them negatively and without trying to be them. If you are constantly trying to do exactly what someone else is doing, or if you're trying to copy this or copy that, or, oh, they posted that, let me recreate it into this, you're always subconsciously, you're putting yourself second in your own mind. When you take inspiration from other people to that extent where you're no longer authentic with yourself, that's genuinely damaging to your self-conscious, because you are always going to be putting yourself second in your own mind, because everything that they do, everything that they post is going to be first. And so even if you post it and you like look 10 times better, you're second. I know this sounds like such cheesy cliche advice, but be yourself. Give other women their flowers, give recognition and compliments. Like, oh my God, I like that you did that, so I'm gonna do this. Stay true to yourself. That sounds so like cheesy, but that is how you build an actual community and not just people who are watching your videos. This past year, I've also gotten way more into my practice and into my spirituality. I probably will make an entire other video on that, about my journey and how I got back into witchcraft. A big part of that has been working with Hecate, which I've never worked with deities before, but around the time of the winter solstice last year, I started working with Hecate after some very persistent signals, and that has been an entire thing in itself. Like I said, I can make an entire separate video on that, but one thing that absolutely really got me back into my practice and back to grounding through it and feeling connected with it is at the beginning of this year in January, I told myself that every single month I was going to start doing a monthly ritual / little offering thing. I'm really proud of myself because I have stuck to it every single month, even if it snuck up on me, even if it was last minute. Like last month, I literally just lit a candle, made a little dinner roll, and played piano, and that was my ritual. I do it every single new moon. Again, I can't stress enough, I'm gonna make an entire separate video on my entire journey with witchcraft. If you have any specific questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and ask me. As for the monthly rituals, I told myself in January that I would pick one time a month, every single month, to do a little ritual, a little offering, maybe a little spell, just a little something. And I picked the new moon. I liked the idea of my monthly ritual connecting to a moon phase instead of a specific date. Like, I know some people pick a specific date on the month, like let's say you wanted to do it on the 6th of every single month, or if you wanted to pick a number, that might work for you. I liked the fluidity of it being with the moon phase. I also completely switched up my altar. I reorganized it and I moved it to a different spot. This used to be where the piano is now, but now I have it by the bed and I love that so much better. Ignore all of the cat hair, it's just with the territory of being a witch, but I started a book of shadows finally. I wrote down a bunch of new pages in my grimoire and I made this really cool little spelled moon perfume, which is awesome. And all of those things make me so happy because that's exactly the type of eclectic witchcraft that I wanted to do, but always felt imposter syndrome in and always felt like I didn't know enough about it. I've been loving this year doing little forms of daily magic, little tiny spells here, little manifestations there, braiding intentions into your hair in the shower. Little tiny things like that have been keeping me grounded in my practice, and it's all rooted in the fact that I've been doing those rituals every single month, because every time I start to like lose my connection to it, I'll go, oh my god, it's almost the new moon, and it brings me right back to it. Here's a few of the pages that I did whenever I first started learning about Hecate, and if you guys would like a full grimoire tour or a full tour and explanation of my altar and Book of Shadows and stuff, just let me know and I can maybe make one or include it in my other video. Knowledge fuels and feeds off of knowledge, and so many people ask me how to get into the craft, how to start. My best advice is to pick up a book on anything that you think you might be interested in, and then take notes, and then boom, you've officially started yourself a grimoire. Your interests are gonna change and things like that, but that's okay. Every little thing that you learn about, write it down and just go from there. Go from there. Now that we're all semi caught up on the past year of my life, emphasis on semi, I'm gonna sit right here in bed, drink some coffee, smoke a little bit, edit this video until Nathan gets home from work.